fog belt. Manhattan, he felt sure, would salute him. There he could breathe finer air. He expected to be smartly quoted all over town, and when he tossed out a bon mot, his New York listeners wouldn't miss a beat. Nor would anyone complain, "What's that supposed to mean?" as they had done since his first day in the intellectual fog belt. Two Beacon's moving vans that would transport everything the Mankiewicz family owned across the country to their new home in New York were packed. One van was filled with household goods. The other contained what was irreplaceable: the writings of Joseph L. Mankiewicz, his papers, his many awards and citations. Mankiewicz told a reporter he was off to Broadway to make my pitch for the theater. Although he spent the rest of his life in New York, he never completed a play, and he never directed one. 1995. Celeste Holm, in her apartment on Central Park West, answered the phone herself. After hearing a description of the book in progress, titled All About Eve, she asked, "Why the hell do you want to write that book?" Why? Because millions of people love the movie. And also because no one has told the story of how it came about, and why All About Eve is considered both a Hollywood classic and a cult film. "I don't get it," she snapped. "A work of art speaks for itself. I think a book like that is a waste of time. If people are interested, let them see the movie." "I've seen it 30 times. Then see it 30 more. Look, Miss Holm, it's not Baxter's gossip I'm after. But since Mankiewicz lost all his papers in the fire, I guess you want to talk to me about Bette Davis?" Celeste Holm demanded, and without waiting for an answer, she continued, "I've talked to everybody in the world about that movie." "Bette Davis? No. I'd rather hear about you. All this crap about books, I don't get it. Suppose I send you a detailed letter about the book. Your memories of shooting All About Eve are important." "Well, maybe, I don't know. Goodbye." She never answered the letter. 1996. Told about the unproductive phone conversation with Celeste Holm, Kenneth Geist, Joseph L. Mankiewicz's biographer, remarked, "When you're the last Mankiewicz survivor in New York, you've probably had enough." 1976. "I'm not a dinosaur, you know," harumphed Celeste Holm, when a reporter in Los Angeles asked her if All About Eve is the movie people best remember her for. "Oh, didn't you see Tom Sawyer last year?" she scolded. "I played Aunt Polly. That was a hit, too. Actually, I can tell a lot about somebody just from the movie of mine he mentions first. If you like All About Eve so much, probably means you're a Bette Davis nut, a late-show freak. The Broadway musical fans want to know about my playing Ado Annie in the original production of Oklahoma. And the socially conscious crowd, the urban liberals, talk about gentlemen's agreement." 1951. Volumes of plays: Ibsen, Oscar Wilde, Kaufman and Hart, Rostand, Molière, Beaumont and Fletcher, even Clyde Fitch and old melodramas, all of these crackled in the fire as if this were Berlin in 1933. Theater histories, the works of Sigmund Freud, scripts and diaries, biographies of Minnie Fisk and Sarah Siddons and the Barrymores, blazed up for a few minutes and then were gone. Mementos saved from movie sets melted like candle wax. The fire grew and fattened, consuming every molecule of oxygen. It lapped up half a lifetime of memories. The highway itself seemed on fire, while inside the overturned Beacon's van, ugly smoke gnawed away at wooden crates, cardboard boxes, and metal file cabinets, which, despite their greater strength, would not survive. A distant siren started up as photographs of Bette Davis charred in the flames like bacon strips. Nearby, a carton flared, and that was the end of letters covering several decades, to and from Joe Mankiewicz and his brother Herman, their sister, their parents, wives, nieces, and nephews, and telegrams to them from half of Hollywood. Packed on the bottom of this box was a book of addresses: Celeste Holm in Manhattan, Thelma Ritter in Queens, Mr. and Mrs. Gary Merrill in Maine, Darryl Zanuck's private phone number in his spacious suite of offices at 20th Century Fox. When the call came, Joe Mankiewicz must have felt that the grandest era of his life had perished. The loss was devastating.
Para seguir escuchando este audiolibro gratuitamente, haz clic en el enlace de la descripción y podrás escucharlo completo sin coste gracias a la prueba de 30 días de Audible.